Alrighty, well, it's Friday. For those of you who work Monday through Friday, this is a glorious day. It's been a fairly decent day for me. I haven't felt very good today for some reason. Didn't yesterday either. I don't know why. It's like I have no energy. It's like I get up and do a couple of things and I've got to go lay back down. I don't know what the deal is. It's like I don't feel like I'm getting sick or anything. I'm just not feeling well. And, I guess I have good days and bad days. But this is both a good day and a bad day. I just wanted to get on here and let you guys know that I have found a place to live. So those of you who have been praying for me, I need my water. I'm sorry. I just put some water in my cooler. I had to hook my one solar generator, the one that seems to be doing a little better than the other one. Oh God, it's warm. Ugh. But at least it'll get rid of my cotton mouth, maybe. I don't like warm water. But anyway, for those of you who've been praying for me, I appreciate it. This basically came down to, I've kind of already talked about this a little bit, but there is a motel that the one I told you the other day, I was talking about how the officer who found me and called 911 when I was taken to the hospital, he stopped by to check on me. I don't remember when it was now. I talked about it the other day. And he was telling me about this place, this motel downtown that will actually let you rent by the month. You can rent by the day, you can rent by the week, you can rent by the month. And so I checked on it. And it's a little bit out of my price range. So I'm going to have to borrow from the inheritance. But what my plan is, I'm still bound and determined I want to stay in Show Low. And so what my plan is if I rent that by the month, I'll have an address. I'll have an address that I can have stuff mailed to, that I can put on applications when I apply for jobs, and anything else, I can set up another bank account and have my debit card sent to me there. It'll solve a lot of problems. Now, it's definitely not the nicest of places. The reviews are kind of very much split. You do have people, and it's mostly elderly people who have been living there. A lot of them have been living there over 10 years. So at least I won't have to be setting up camp every 14 days and taking stuff up, but all the work that goes into it. I can go there, stay there, and like I said, it's out of my price range, but what I'm hoping is that I can get at least a part-time job, and if I can earn the money, to pay for the rent, and actually a little bit extra, then I can make it. I wouldn't be able to make it just on my Social Security check by any means. But if I can finagle a part-time job, and also too, what I hated was having to leave and then having to basically start from scratch somewhere else. I've established some relationships here with, some social services people and agencies and stuff, and I do have some resources here for like food and stuff like that. The one thing I haven't checked is, now they do offer some financial assistance with housing. I don't know if that would pertain to a motel, since it would be considered a temporary residence, even if I was renting monthly. I don't know. They may have different criteria. I'm not exactly sure. I'll have to check with them, and I got to give Sarah a call. And, I can't remember her name now. The one that called me the one day when I was driving around. I can't think of her name. Angie? No, it wasn't. Anyway. I hate it. I am so terrible with names. Numbers I can remember like crazy, but names I just totally suck at. So, but anyway, at least, because my concern was, when I would have to leave here on the 3rd, where was I going to go? Because there's nowhere else to camp in the area without paying. So, and they charge quite a bit for these campsites. I mean, pretty much as a motel. So, I was paying right around almost $1,000 a week just staying in regular motels. That ate up all the money. And this one, it's $1,000 a month. I don't know if it would be worth $1,000 a month, but you figure $1,000 for a month as opposed to $1,000 for a week, what I was paying. I guess it's all relative, right? But what I'm hoping though is I can stay there, at least stay here in the area, keep working on regular housing, which would be about 1/3 of that, and as far as rent price, because they go by your income, and stay here, work on the things that I need to work on, put in applications, and having an actual residence to do it from. At least that's what it gives me. Staying there for, a month at a time, I can have an actual address that I can put on applications applying for stuff. So that will make things a lot more convenient. It solve a lot of problems. So anyway, I need to pause right here. Sorry, but I have to do this in segments because this isn't centered. I have to do it in segments because I have to stop it and transfer it to my SD card because I don't have that much room on my phone. And for some reason, this program won't save it directly to the SD card. Now, when I just do it on the regular phone camera, it does. But on this program, which takes a lot better video, is the reason I use it. It won't, at least I haven't figured out how to do it. Otherwise, I just have it automatically by default save it to my SD card, which has a lot more room. It's like 128 gig SD card, so I've got a lot more room than I do on in the phone. Anyway, so this place is pretty conveniently located too. It's right on Deuce of Clubs, which is where when I first got back here, staying at Days Inn. It's on. You got where Days Inn was. You go down the road, and then you've got White Mountain Road, which is the main drag going south to Lakeside. And also, that's the road that you would take to Walmart and the other businesses down there. And then it's just the motel is just like a block away from there, or a block and a half, something like that. So it's pretty conveniently located as far as where it is. I'm really close to everything. So, so anyway, like I say, it's not the nicest of places, but it's a place to live. I don't know. I don't think it has like a kitchenette or anything to where I can actually cook. That's the only downside of it. Is in a regular apartment, I would have a kitchen. So, but it does have a patio. Each of them does have, with sliding doors, and has a patio outside there. It's all one level. So no stairs. That's another big plus. I don't have to worry about getting a second floor room because I don't do stairs. My knees don't do stairs, and also it's just hard for me to do right now. I haven't gained all my stamina back. And a couple of times I've been on the second floor at these motels, it's like, man, it's tough. But it does have a patio, so I guess I could go out there and use what I've been using to cook here. Take my table, set it up out there, and cook out there, except I don't have to mess with the tent. I don't know how that'd be during the winter, but hopefully by then I'll have an apartment, because that's my goal. Is if it takes several months to find an apartment, at least if I can find at least a part-time job. I'm also going to apply for that dispatcher job, although I don't know how much of a shot I have. I do have the qualifications, obviously. Because I did that. I dispatched for a couple of years before I went on the road as an officer. And I know I was very good at it, too. In fact, I was told by several officers that I was the best. So I know what I'm doing. I might even call that officer and just put a bug in his ear and say, hey, I'm applying for this job. I'm applying for your dispatcher job. And just ask him, what do you think my chances would be? And maybe put a bug in his ear, brag on myself a little bit, how good I was. But discreetly. But, and just, try to get my foot in the door any way I can. And it's just to me, it's just kind of weird. All of a sudden it opens up just now. Of course, that doesn't always mean anything. But again, it could. So, but I don't know, in my physical condition, I'm a little dubious about working full time. But at the same time, the job starts out at $46,000 a year, which is not bad. For a dispatch job, that's not bad at all. So, it has a range, 46 to whatever, depending on your experience. So, never know. With my experience, might be closer to 50. Who knows? That'd be cool. So, but I'm gonna, so I'm gonna be, I'm gonna move in there next week. I'm gonna be, looking for a job, looking for apartments. Working my resources. Trying to make contact with other people, and just and plus just trust the Lord to open something up and make things happen. And so at least I feel good that I've found a place to live. And I don't know what else to say about it other than, like I say, there's mixed reviews on the place. It's definitely, I wouldn't say it's a dive, but it's probably pretty close. But I don't like paying that much for it. But it's either that or pay $1,000 a week to stay in regular motels. Is basically what it was averaging out to. So I can pay $1,000 a week, or pay $1,000 and stay in this place for a month, and use it. Yeah, and the thing is, it comes. Of course, I don't have to pay utilities. Wi-Fi is included. Cable TV is included. Something like, we say, it has like 120 channels, which usually there's maybe one or two that's worth watching. So, and I don't watch that much TV anyway, pretty much just sports. This thing's driving me nuts. All right, I'm going to have to tie this. I tied the top part. Now I'm going to have to, I don't know, it may still be in the way. Gosh dang it. I am such a klutz. I have no manual dexterity at all. That's why I could have never been a mechanic or anything like that, because I don't, come on. It's like it used to just drive me crazy because, come on, man. This thing's fighting me. It used to just drive me crazy because my dad was one of those people who he was a person that worked with his hands. I did not inherit any of that. He could do anything. And the thing is, he could take the most complicated thing. He could take it apart, which I can do that. You give me the right tools, I can take anything apart. But he could put it back together the way it was supposed to go and not have any parts left over. Now, when I do it, there's like 10 or 12 parts that, well, I don't know where they go. I just don't have that aptitude at all. Do not have a mechanical aptitude. I work with this, not with these. But, now if you want something torn down, I remember one time I was working this route, and I went from Caldwell, which was about 30 miles away from Payette, but then I would stop at the store in Ontario, which is just across the river from Payette, just a couple miles. And so I would always take lunch. I'd tell Mom, what time I was approximately going to be there, and she'd always have lunch for me. And both of my sisters were still living there. And I remember Dad had put up these bookshelves in the TV room, and which was an additional room that we had built and added on. And he'd put up these like bookshelf things. And Mom and my sisters had been trying to get those taken down for like all morning. So I stopped there at lunchtime, and Mom's like, wait, this time we've been working on this thing and we just can't get it down, da-da-da. So I went back in Dad's shop back there, grabbed the crowbar, come back out, and I had them down in about 3 minutes. So we were joking around. I said, if you want me to build these, you'd be in trouble. But you want them taken down, I'm your guy. Yeah, I just grabbed the crowbar and it was like 2 or 3 minutes. I had the whole thing down. No big deal. And so, yeah, you want me to destroy something? Yeah, I can do it. I can do it. But you want me to put something back together, repair it? Well, I guess I can repair stuff. I'm not totally incompetent, but I'm just not a, my manual dexterity has always sucked. It's been terrible. Except when it comes to playing guitar, I do pretty good. But that's after years of practice too. I don't think it doesn't come naturally like it did my dad. He could do like make chords and all this stuff, where you got to stretch your hand out and stuff. And it's hard for me to do. I can do the easy ones. But anytime you got to like stretch your hand to do these different things, it's like I find because there's always 6 or 7 different ways to play a chord in different parts of the neck and stuff like that. And that's usually what I try to do is I try to find the one that doesn't kill my fingers, especially now because they're a little bit arthritic, not super bad, but enough to where it's hard for me to like stretch everything out. So I just take the easy route. I mean, if I was a professional, and had to play chords that way, I guess it'd still be hard for me to do. I'd still have to find an alternate way. Anyway, I just want to let you guys know about that, and thank you for those who've been praying for me because, things it's interesting because my sister said the other day, she says, because I was talking about how I was hating to leave here and everything, and she goes, I just have a feeling that something's going to happen. She goes, I just have this good feeling that something's going to happen. And I think that maybe this might be the start of it. The very fact that next week I don't have to leave, that's a big step. That's a big step. Because I've been really, really worried about that, and not wanting to leave. Not knowing where exactly I wanted to go to. So, perfect timing. So anyway, I'm planning on moving in there Monday and get everything packed up, Sunday, and then get everything packed up, set my tent and my bed, and then just load that up Monday morning and go over there and move in. Pay them the dinero and be set for a month. That'll be nice, having a home base, that I don't have to leave after 14 days. So, appreciate your prayers. Keep praying for me. Pray that I can find, I'm looking for part-time work, but depending on what it is, I would be willing to work full-time if it's something I feel I can handle physically. Oh, man. My back is just soaked. It's like, this shirt is so long. I keep sitting on it. Yeah. Yeah. I saw this. I have no idea what I freaking did. I look at that and I go, where'd that come from? No idea. No idea what I did or what I did it on. I didn't feel it when it happened, obviously. So, anyway, I'm going to shut up. Again, thank you for your prayers. Keep praying for me because they're being answered. And I'm very optimistic right now. Very optimistic. And I'll have air conditioning. That's another big time deal. Heat and air conditioning. Excuse me. That'd be awesome. Heat and air conditioning. Oh, That would be so nice. You know, I mean, I enjoy camping, but this time I really haven't enjoyed it that much. I just really haven't. A lot of it's not having copper. It's just not, you know. I keep having these dreams, these little short dreams. Then I'm laying here and all of a sudden copper shows up, but you know, I know it's not feasible right now, and I don't even know if he's still at the shelter or whatever. I've been tempted to check, but at the same time, you know, I started to watch a couple of videos yesterday, and I watched about 2 minutes of one, and I had to turn it off because it just really depressed me. Really miss him. But you know, things happen, I guess, like they were supposed to. You know, now you can have pets there. So once I get in there, I may, it'd be an extra $50 a month. But shoot, hotels were charging $50 to $75 a night to have a pet. So that's really not that bad. So I may check with once I get in there, I may end up checking with the place there. I don't know if he's still there or not, but I can check. And you never know. I really do miss him a lot. Really miss him a lot. Yeah, for those of you who said I didn't want him anymore, you're so full of shit. People making statements which they don't know the facts. And you can't read my mind. You don't know what I want and I don't want. It's stupid to make statements based on just crap that you make up or that you think, but you don't know. Anyway, I want to end on a positive note, so I'm looking forward to having a place to live and operate from. I think it'll make things so much simpler. And I'm just really looking forward to it. And again, thank you that have been praying for me, because I think that's been major reason that things are happening like they are for the better. So thank you. And we shall talk to you later.